Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion? Hi Gemini, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for November 15th through the 30th, 2022. Okay, so keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate from front to back for everybody. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I may be talking about you, your person, another individual or party at any time throughout the reading, so you may need to swap roles um, as necessary. I am just deciphering a story as best I can from the messages. So do not overextend yourself and stretch to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story, okay? Be sure to check your other placements because your messages could be there. And I've already cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, pre-shuffled, and meditated on the collective conscious of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, okay? So, what does Gemini need to know? What does Gemini need to know? Let's see. Gemini. Gemini. A card for Gemini. The Six of Swords. Person on Gemini's mind. Five of Swords. Past energy. The High Priestess. Present energy. Ten of Wands. And intuition for Gemini. The Hanged Man. Advice. Challenge. Three of Swords. Advice. The Empress. Person on Gemini's mind. What are they thinking, feeling, and what's their next move? The Fool. Bias or caution for Gemini. Bias or caution. One more. King of Swords and guidance for Gemini. The High Priest, and which is actually just the Hierophant, and then the Six of Cups. Okay, let's see. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Three of Pentacles. Alrighty. So, crystal card for Gemini. Crystal card for Gemini. Chrysotile. Chrysotile. This deep-colored stone comes from the serpentine group of stones. It is especially useful to attract and manifest your needs. Known to clear the heart chakra, it will help you inject energy into your being. You will be filled with energy and positivity. So, Gemini, you are learning a lesson about speaking up for your needs. And that maybe has caused some conflict. So let's get into this. So you've got the Six of Swords here. That is about transitions, moving on, learning lessons. It looks like you... Oh! Hold on a second. There's one. Okay. It looks like you are learning a lesson in regard to speaking up for yourself. And this Six of Swords is clarified by the Six of Voices, Six of Swords again. So swords are communication. They're the mind as well. And so it's like communicating what's on your mind. And this is a lesson in regard to it. And it looks like you learned a big lesson here because it's caused some conflict over on this. And Five of Swords, your person, conflict. Maybe they are not too happy that you're speaking up, but it looks like this person's being selfish and they've maybe walked away from you or have threatened to walk away, or they're not being a very good partner at this time. In the past energy, the High Priestess is here. There's a lot of subconscious work at play here in the past. It looks like you've had some sort of enlightenment, and it's taken a while for this to come to you, Queen of Materials, to receive this message, for this this opportunity to come, and for you to see, well, you know, that maybe you've been largely carrying the burden. You've got Ten of Wands here, clarified by the Eight of Materials. So again, a lesson or some sort of skill set that's been acquired, and learning experience, education. So the double sixes here is like learning lessons, learning lessons in communication and stating what's on your mind, actually speaking your mind. This person didn't really like that, I guess. Five of Swords. They've maybe decided to walk away, or maybe they've decided to take space or distance themselves in some way. It looks like they're holding on to a sense of self or some sort of selfish behavior. Four of Materials, Four of Pentacles. In the past, there was subconscious work, subconscious strategies at play, or maybe things that were not really in the forefront of the mind, but it's taken a while for you to really get you this intuitive message and for it to come in. You have received something here, and this is in regard to like the support, that you give yourself. The Ten of Wands, you have realized you've been carrying this burden around, and again, this is something that you didn't have the skill set for at the time, but you are now acquiring the skills to be able to speak your truth. I'm sorry, what am I trying to say? Oh, to be able to speak your truth and to actually communicate it to this person in an effective manner. Now, whether or not this person is receptive to that, not your problem. As long as you're communicating in an effective manner. Your intuition is saying you're seeing a new way of being for yourself. You're also releasing an old part of yourself. Let's see. It looks like this person may have like dipped out, or and you know what, you don't need somebody like that. If they're not willing to meet you in the middle and they're going to stay stuck and stay selfish, that's on them. And I'm so sorry if that's what you're going through. Yeah, your intuition's saying you got to let go of this. The World clarified it. That's an ending. Your challenge is heartbreak. Three of Swords, clarified by the Five of Wands. Again, conflict. It was hard for you to have, it's like you beat this internal conflict within, you've beat this battle within, you've come to this realization, and you've started to express yourself, and this person did not like that. You know what, though? Your advice is the Empress, is stand in your power. This is a beautiful energy to be in. It's the beginning of a new you, of birth, a birthing a new you, a new piece of yourself. Also, love and tender love and care to yourself at this time. That's your advice. Is really stand in your nurturing side, that loving side, that really empathetic side that understands that you did what you had to do for yourself, and wish them well if they're not gonna stick around. It looks like their energy here, they got the Fool. That's what they're thinking, feeling in their next move. It's like it looks like they want a new beginning. Now, this could be that this caused a fight, and then they came and they're going to talk to you about it, and really, like, you guys are going to set off on a new foot. So that could be too. Maybe your person needed to release something and walk away from something as well within them, in order for them to be able to accept you as your new with your new truth and your new way of being. So maybe they're going to take that leap of faith with you. You never know. Something painfully ended here, though. So whether or not that's like you guys are in a fight and then you're going to come back together, I'm not sure. I'm getting mostly the story of this person. They walked away, and it's because they felt like, no. And it's giving that they almost were taking advantage of you, and now that you're standing up for yourself, that they can't do that anymore. So you've outed them, essentially, and you've made it uncomfortable for them, and they don't want to face that, and so they're leaving. That's almost what I'm getting here. But anyway, you're releasing something. Intuition is telling you, let go of it, look at this from a new light, and you need to go to where you feel like you are achieving something. Go to where you feel appreciated. Go to where you feel like you belong, and end the cycle. End the cycle of unappreciation. It's going to hurt when we let go of pieces of ourselves or people that we used to really have close to us and love. It hurts, and this has been something that has been an inner struggle for you for a while. So you have really, really come to a place where you're in a space of self-love, of caring for the self, coming into your more divine feminine side, if you will, You know, we have it in all of us, divine masculine, feminine, yin and yang energy. It's just energies, okay? So regardless of gender identity. So really coming into this nurturing, loving, caring, empathetic side and showing up for yourself. It's giving Six of Pentacles, which is equal give and take, and you're realizing that you have been giving so much more than you're allowing yourself to take in and allowing yourself to receive. And so your advice here is to seek out spaces where there's a mutual exchange. It can't be always 50-50 like that. Relationships are 100-100, and the reason they are 100-100 and they don't work out any other way is because sometimes we can't all be 100. And if both people don't have the mindset of 100-100, then somebody's going to give up when one person's not 100. When one person stops being the overgiver and the other person's only got 50 of themselves in, it's like they're like, screw this, and they leave. And so it's like it's giving this person wasn't 100 in. You know what I mean? 100-100 means when one person falls short, inevitably it's going to happen. The other person already has the mindset, the willingness, and the character and integrity to step forward and pick up that slack and keep, because relationships are hard work and it takes two people definitely, or more if that's the way you roll. But this person's next move and how they're feeling and thinking. They're feeling defeated. They feel like they can't really manipulate the situation anymore. Not necessarily malicious manipulation, but they can't really work it in their favor anymore. And it's just they weren't feeling it, and so they walked away. And you know, bye. Like, you don't need somebody like that. And be happy if it was, not too long. And some people think I wasted all my time. No, you didn't. You learned something. It's valuable. It taught you something. Even if it was a few years, I know it hurts. I'm not trying to downplay that. If this is your story, I know it hurts. But you've got to look at it this way. Be happy you didn't make it 10, 15 years down the line with this person. And then all of a sudden, they're like, have a fight with you and leave. Like, could you imagine? That'd be crazy. Whoa. It's like, I'm glad I know you don't have the staying power. Because if you would have gotten a fight with me in 10 years and just left me, that would have been devastating. I'm happy to know now that you don't have what it takes to have that staying power. And so, if this is your situation, obviously, I feel for you, and I understand it's hard, but really pour that love into yourself at this time. And understand that things that may pass us by doesn't mean they're not for us. It's just not the time. Nothing that is meant for you will ever pass you. I'm sorry, nothing that is meant for you will ever pass you by in life, even if it feels like it already has. So keep that in mind, okay? That could just be a redirection and somebody needs to evolve. But for those of you in a newer connection and this happened, honestly, good riddance. It's like you dodged a bullet. You got to look at it that way. Your bias here is the King of Swords. Your bias here is the way you're looking at everything and thinking about it. And it's like your mind is going to come in and try and probably be a little brutal to you. It's like, don't let the bruised ego tell you lies. Don't let your bruised ego tell you lies. Your mind is on a repeat programming of conditioning from your childhood and many other things that people have said about you or made you feel. And don't let your brain and ego come in and tell you lies, okay? The Magician, you have the power. You have more power than you know, and your ego might be trying to tear that down right now, and that's what your bias and caution is. So be careful of what you are bringing into your life, because the universe is a yes man. The universe is a yes man. You can't say, no, I don't like, I don't want, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't want that, I don't want this. Please no more this, please no more that. And all the universe, so it's like, I don't want to hurt anymore. I don't want pain. I don't want to be left. I don't want people to take advantage of me. All the universe is going to hear is hurt more, pain, take advantage of, people leave you. Woo, here you go. Yes, 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 yes. So like, cut that off. Positive. Do not no toxic positivity. Feel your emotions. You're allowed to feel them. but turn those I don't wants into I wants. Say, you know, I feel very upset this happened. I'm feeling low, I'm feeling defeated. However, I know I'm worthy, and I know that I um, have learned something here, and I know that I can find appreciation, and I want to find somebody who will love me the way I deserve to be loved. So it's like, you see how none of those were negative statements? You, and the ones where you're talking about your negative feelings, you're saying I feel and not I am. So you're turning your positives into negatives. You're turning I am statements into I feel statements with your negative emotions, and you're really just facilitating that ego, that negative self-speak, that inner critic. You want to bring in positive, your higher knowing, higher conscious, and interrupt that programming. Okay, you've got the muse of voices here, so the King of Swords. You can use that logical mind for really good things when it's not in some sort of cautionary, self-deprecating energy where you're literally just beating yourself up and asking for those very things that you don't want. It's like, don't, be careful not to do that. Reframe your way of speaking, because you can express these things. People always say, it's like, oh, be careful what you think of because you're manifesting it. Well, it's about how you go about it. So you can think of, it's not, you do not ignore your feelings. Do not ignore your feelings. Do not ignore the things that upset you. That's toxic positivity. And guess what? When you resist anything, you're just going to get more of it. So you're resisting these things, you're going to get more of it. You got to stop resisting it. Lean into it. Allow it. Allow the space. Understand that leaning into it means help is on the way, and you can change your thoughts and change the program, change the channel, because your body is just alerting you to the negative programming. When you're feeling low, feeling down, yeah, sure, everything's happening in the external, but stop it. It's all internal. Here, here, here happens here. So change the program. Your body's telling you, I don't like this program. This doesn't feel good. And you're like, okay, I understand. That means I now have awareness. I can change the program and redirect and change my reality. Okay, so your guidance here. Oh, I already pulled your guidance. Okay, well, I feel like that was meant to happen. So there you go. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Muse of Emotions here and the Three of Pentacles. And then you've got the guidance here with the Six of Cups and the High Priest. So it looks like some sort of... So this was a painful ending, right? And some sort of truth here and bluntness is going to be, like I said, I called it. That's funny because I wasn't even looking at this when I called it, when I said it earlier. Your person, I believe, may just be going to take care of something within them in order for them to come back. So it looks like they're going to come back. You got the Six of Cups here, and you got the High Priest. They're going to come back and want it all with you, want this commitment. And it looks like they're offering their whole heart. They've gone away to regulate their emotions. This is balance between head and heart and regulating emotion, and really this is devotion. And then there's the Three of Pentacles. Collaboration, teamwork, effort. It's like coming together and really building something that you guys both work on together, and it's equal. Giving earlier, the Six of Materials, Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. So it's be patient, Gemini. You've got good coming to you, okay? You've got something good coming to you, and it will be when you least expect it, and it'll be from somebody you thought you had to let go, it sounds like. Or it looks like. Inner guidance messages for Gemini. Let's see. There we go. So, soften and open. I am that. Guidance. Find a new approach. And mystery. Okay, got it. So, it looks like you've received some guidance here, and it's taken a lot of internal work and internal searching, but you found your guidance. You found the essence of a truth within you and some sort of lesson, and you've brought it out and you've started stating these needs and stating boundaries and stating things um, up front. You have softened and opened, meaning you had to go inward and really cater to yourself and give yourself that tender love and care, and really understand, like, okay, I know what I deserve, I know what I'm deserving of, and really open your mind and open your heart in regard to this. You found a new approach. You found a new approach to an old problem, and because you did this and brought in that, you just gave it to cut and dry, gave it to him cut and dry. It's created a sense of mystery. This person didn't know what to do with it, so they ran. It's created a sense of mystery in the sense that you don't know what's happening with this person. Like, are they going to come back? But it's giving that they are. And so they do come back in, they offer their heart, and they make things up. And it looks like there's a higher commitment that's, they're going to want to be all in, and there's going to be a deepening of the commitment here in devotion, collaborative teamwork. So embrace the mystery at this time, Gemini, okay? And again, I just want to bring back to the crystal tile here. So, known to clear the heart chakra, it will help you inject energy into your being. You will be filled with energy and positivity. So, address the negative. Really embrace that side of yourself, that higher self-talk, and stepping into your light and your knowing, and embrace the mystery. And if you allow the space, stop resisting the negative, allow the space, lean into the discomfort, and you will be guided toward a whole new world that you weren't even aware of was possible. And you just have to have that faith in yourself, in the universe, and in how do you say? You go back to when you met this person, the integrity they had. Think of that person. Think of that person. But don't do it from a space where you're lacking something. Just understand that's the person that's going to come back, and it's going to be even better than that time, okay? So embrace the mystery is what I'm saying. Anyway, Gemini, I really hope that helped. That's all I have for you today. Thank you.
Feel like we've reached a crossroads. Ooh, don't you hate them ultimatums? But we need a revelation to save us. Stuck in the moment, it seems. The more I think, the more I don't know. I'm looking for a sign. Where's your devotion?